for the first half of the day.
That's correct.
Then at noon, they go and they do their classwork. So she, in 2 weeks, will be headed to Chile. Now, she will come back at the end of August on a Friday, and she said she's going to trade her skis in for those tires, and she plans on racing that night in Chile in the evening and Stafford Speedway on a Friday night.
Well, let's see what's going to happen as they're about ready to get them fired up off turn number 4. As they rumble down to the line, the double greens are in the air, and just like we saw in qualifying, David Secor steps on the gas and has a slight advantage, but Paradis continues to dig in hard. Here comes Lafayette in the 3rd spot.
Boy, he is digging so hard. There's almost a crater underneath that number 19 car, trying to make a move, a little Woody Woodpecker action to the back bumper of the C-card car. So as a cavalry charge off the turn, it is Secor, the first lap leader.
Well, there's no question about it as they rumble to the bottom of turn number 1. It is still Lafayette in the 3rd spot, but that seems to be the hot spot because all of a sudden Megan Fuller is making some noise with Byers as they are contending side by side for position number 4. Travis Haidar is right there with him. Here comes Bissett, and here comes Hopkins.
Yeah, Haidar has picked up the pace, trying to get underneath Megan Fuller, and a good battle behind Megan between Bissett and Hopkins. At the front of the field, it is still Secor. Now making a move is Jason Lafayette in car number 21, and he is trying to swashbuckle his way underneath the 19 car.
Well, he had it down there low, and it started to stick. Then all of a sudden, it was Paradis. Now, Paradis's car is a little bit out of shape. Now, the Rick Stitzler machine is also running very, very strong now in the 4th position. Then there's that side-by-side battle with Megan Fuller, Travis Haidar, and Bissett is there contending down low with Chris Hopkins' son, Michael Hopkins, in the outside lane.
A driver off to a good start in the upper tier of the field is Steve Kenaway, but it is a lead by about a furlong by the number 38 of David Secor. A 3-way traffic jam in the fight for 5th. Haidar on the inside, Bissett on the inside, and a car moving on the outside. That is anybody's battle. Megan Fuller is there. So that is an intense 3-way fight for 5th.
Well, there's no question about it. And now Megan's got clear sailing with an open track in front of her. But the story is the line that's on the inside seems to be just as quick. Megan Fuller gets pitched to the outside. Here comes Haidar. Here comes Bissett. 4 cars contending for the 4th spot. Megan Fuller just keeps digging. The deuce is wild. Car number 2 as it works its magic. While that's happening, all of a sudden Lafayette is all over Paradis again.
Instead of going on the inside, he is shuffled to the outside. Now the crossover move executed by Lafayette, and shrugging him off is Paradis.
Certainly he is. Now look a little further back for the 4th spot. Travis Haidar has moved into the 4th position. Bissett is now challenging for the 5th spot. All of a sudden, Zach Robinson side by side with Megan Fuller, and that's just out of the top 5.
Boy, the 2 drivers battling for the point lead, Megan Fuller and Zach Robinson, are running side by side.
Oh, look at Bissett. He slips up the racetrack.
Open the door for Tess Spire.
And all of a sudden, here comes Zach Robinson. That's the battle of the points. Robinson is right there in the thick of things. Car number 51 goes spinning like a top, and that is Tyler Trott to the bottom of the racetrack. Will that bring out a yellow?
Well, right now we have an intense battle between Robinson and Fuller, and now the yellow does come out on lap number 8. And we see that 51 of Tyler Trott tangled up in the weeds off of turn number 4. Our first caution.
And George Bissett Jr., another second-generation driver. And it all began, Matt, you remember, on Sizzler Weekend when Chris Hopkins' son Michael Hopkins was the guy.
Yeah, and Mike Hopkins has not won since that opening night, but he is in a good position here. We're not even at the halfway mark, so it is going to be a very intriguing restart with Secor on the inside. Remember, he went on the outside on the heat race and in the feature to get early advantages. Now the tables are turned. We will see what Lafayette can do.
Well, to the bottom of turn number 1, it looks like Secor will take command of position number 1. Lafayette still holds on for second. Hopkins' car has a problem. It drops further back. Here comes Bissett to the inside. Megan Fuller is blocked in. And there on the outside, here comes Zach Robinson.
And the battle for the lead consists of Secor and the 21 of Lafayette almost sitting in his lap. Remember, Lafayette has a pretty good finishing kick as he almost was able to squeeze his way underneath Secor. Three-way battle for third. On the outside is Paradis. In the middle is Haidar. And here comes Tess Beyer. Miss Mountaintop is moving to the top four.
There's no question about it. She moves in, takes over the fourth spot. Then we've got Bissett, who follows her through in the same line to try to get to the front of the field. This event, the inside lane, seems to be the strong point as they work their magic and head down the back straightaway.
Now George Bissett looking for inside room against Tess Beyer. Can't find any as he lurches backwards. And a man who takes advantage of that on the outside is Travis Haidar, and Haidar tucks it in front of Megan Fuller. That was a pretty daring move, and that daredevil move paid off.
It certainly did, and it is, oh, now down the back straightaway, they're locked together, three wide. Look at Megan Fuller go to the outside.
And Bissett passed three cars to move into third.
All that is happening. Megan Fuller dropped to the bottom of the racetrack and was able to gather it back, but we've got a car stalled underneath the Hoosier sign on the backstretch. It is the Christopher Danielchuk machine, one of the rental race cars. For being back in the winner's circle, they have worked exceptionally hard to get that car back on top of its game. And we've still got Travis Haidar continuing to be a dominant car. In the battle in that second row, here they come. Back off turn number 4. That start was textbook perfect. And Secor by inches, but it's all but gone when Lafayette steps off the gas and pulls away. Here comes Bissett. Here comes Haidar, Megan Fuller, and Zach Robinson.
Well, Lafayette looked like he was launched from Cape Canaveral as he went from the outside into the lead. Second is up for grabs. Secor has it, Bissett wants it, so does Haidar.
There's no question about it. It is Secor back into second, Bissett in the third spot. Haidar works his magic in the outside lane. Here comes Megan Fuller on the top side. Michael Hopkins is back to life as they rumble back to the line. This time off turn number 4. Matt, there's still 6 circuits to go.
Boy, the tenacity of Megan Fuller is something to really marvel at, because she is hanging in to the top 6 pack of cars alongside her adversary, Zachary Robinson. Those two drivers tied for the point lead, and they are running side by side in 5th and 6th.
No question about it. They're just looking for an opportunity to move into contention around George Bissett, the defending champion, and Travis Haidar. Haidar continues to dig hard on the outside. All of a sudden, Megan Fuller sees Haidar make the move to go through. Megan tries to take it deep into turn number 3 on the outside. Look at Zach Robinson, Matt. 3 cars contending for position number 4.
And as a bullet off the corner, and almost a dead heat between Robinson and Megan Fuller for the top 5 position. Bissett, if he stays in front of those 2 cars, he can move into a tie for the point lead against whoever finishes right behind him.
So true, and that's exactly what the magic is here as they rumble back off turn number 4. In this time, it is still car 21, the leader of the pack. But the battle is still a side-by-side battle. Now Megan Fuller is being pressured by Hopkins.
And Hopkins having some late life in that number 78 car as he is able to sizzle his way underneath Megan Fuller. We are headed to the final 2 laps. Jason Lafayette looking for another win, and the battle is for 3rd and 4th.
Oh, down the front straightaway. Michael
Fuller
Hopkins
is
and Megan Fuller come together. And that is going to be costly for Megan Fuller, but she's able to back her car back up, and she might be able to get away as Hopkins' car sets. So it looks like we're about ready to go back to green flag racing as they head down the back straightaway. The 21 of Lafayette is, of course, the car at the point. Seacourt, the early leader of the event outside. Travis Hydar has been bounced around a bit, but is on the podium in third currently. Bissett has driven through traffic, and then it is the Zach Robinson machine that is going to definitely make its mark in the point standings tonight as the green is back out.
And a great getaway that time for Lafayette as he got to jump on Seacourt. And look at Travis Hydar. He is making a drastic move for the lead.
It certainly is, and of course when they come back off turn number 4, the white flag is out for the final circuit. Look at Bissett on the outside. Look at Robinson looking to move onto the podium and challenge for that third spot.
The winner of that battle between Robinson and Bissett could be the point leader at the end of the night.
It is Zach Robinson down to the bottom on the inside. Here comes Bissett on the outside. Seacourt in the upper groove. Challenges to who will finish third and who will move in the point standings. As they rumble off turn number 4, checkered flag is out and Lafayette is back on top of his game. And it looks like Travis Hydar to finish in second. Unofficially, Seacourt to finish in the third spot. Zach Robinson, the winner in victory lane.
Our very excited winner, might I add. Boy, you won the Dash for Cash earlier this season. How are you feeling now? Is this race a little bit better?
You know, it was great to race Dave on the outside, and you know, just the whole thing was a blast. You know, my daughter's here tonight. I'm glad she was here to see me win. You know, my girlfriend, everybody's here. It's just great. My mom and my stepfather, my whole family. I wish my son could have been here tonight, but he had other things. So I just want to thank Frank Latois for the setup on this car, Gene's Ford and Chevy, Tommy's Tattoo Supplies. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm missing somebody. Pete's Car Star and the whole Avoid. I want to thank Buzzy for the great transmission and Rad Auto Machine. It's a great night.
A very great night indeed. Anytime you take home a checkered flag, it's going to be a good one. But let's throw it over to second and third place with Dave.
And now we've got Travis Hydar with us. And Travis, it looked like you had the number 11 hooked up and ready to race tonight.
Yeah, I think our car was the fastest on the track. The position doesn't really show, but we got a second place and we're really happy about that. These consistent finishes are going to pay off. I got to thank my mom, my dad, my sister, Nicole, Ernie, Junior, Harvick, Maddie, my sponsors, Hydar Construction, Superior Signs, Superior Comfort, ITS Electric, Splash Water, and ToolsPlus.com.
And there we have our second place finisher, Travis Hydar. We'll wait as David Seacourt goes over to congratulate our winner. And David, if you'll be kind enough to step in, you had a whale of a battle the last couple of laps with George Bissett. Tell us how it was behind in your angle.
Little patience. That's all they got to do. They got to give it a little patience. I went into one, let it sort out in the backstretch. They don't. It is okay. It's, you know, it is what it is. He's a good kid, good people. But first and foremost, I want to thank the good Lord for giving me a second chance in life, and all my friends and family that stuck with me through all the hard times. This race is dedicated to David Stanton. We lost David, and rough situation. Al, oh man, it's Art Vogel, Paul Jones, Neil Provost, all my friends that have gone. This is for you guys. It's been a few years since we've been here. But my sponsors, R&L Emergency Roadside Service, Joseph Nazo Company, my wife, my brother, my kids, my family. Thank you so much for sticking with me and helping me out. Stafford Motor Speedway, thank you. Napa Auto Parts, all the staff here. Great facility. Love it. I'm glad to be back here.
And guys, that wraps it up from what I would have to say was a pretty exciting street stock main event here tonight.
About what good times we had. good time.